the surprising inspiration behind Black Panther's James Bond Flair. Though the studio may not always explicitly state it, Marvel usually has a film or two in mind as inspiration before sitting down with potential writers and directors. Studio chief and general film nut Kevin Feige, for example, told Vanity Fair that 1987's RoboCop will inspire an as-yet-unnamed future film in the franchise. John Hughes's 80s teen oeuvre-inspired Spider-Man: Homecoming. Early-90s James Cameron is rumored to be the concept behind a potential Black Widow standalone. As for Black Panther, well, director Ryan Coogler has been very clear that in addition to all the African inspirations for the movie, T'Challa's tech-inspired fighting tactics come courtesy of Bond, James Bond. And in a new interview with Empire Magazine's podcast, Coogler explained how the idea to turn Chadwick Boseman's Wakandan King into 007 actually came directly from Feige himself. It's encouraging news that potentially signals an even more creatively fertile future for the franchise, and, as Coogler also revealed, a world in which Marvel movies can stand on their own 2 feet, separated from the increasingly complicated Marvel Cinematic Universe. When the podcast's host, Chris Hughes, asked Coogler if he was a Bond fan, the director got audibly excited, big time. Coogler's previous film Creed was made with Bond distributor MGM, and afforded the director both the opportunity to dive into the 007 back catalogue and the rights to include footage from 2012's Skyfall and the cozy scene in which Michael B. Jordan's Adonis and Tessa Thompson's Bianca fall asleep while watching Daniel Craig dodge a runaway train. But Coogler said it was Feige who initially proposed the idea of T'Challa becoming the MCU's Bond. The first meeting I had with Kevin and all those guys, I sat down and they were like, "We were thinking he could be our James Bond." And I was like, "What? I think I'm in." And the frickin' king, that's James Bond. Ryan has that level of confidence and support. That's something that I hadn't thought of. With modern movie lovers clamoring for the next James Bond to be played by someone other than a square-jawed white man, Idris Elba or Daniel Kaluuya, anyone? Marvel sneakily served up Boseman as a Black Bond while no one was looking. The touches of Bond come through clearly in Black Panther for anyone with a passing familiarity with the spy franchise, though Coogler was quick to point out that, unlike classic Bond, T'Challa is no womanizer. Daniel Craig will be relieved. The women in T'Challa's life play a very different role, but his younger sister, Shuri, Letitia Wright, is clearly the movie's answer to Bond's gadget master, Q, and T'Challa's casino confrontation has obvious echoes of Skyfall. Even Martin Freeman's Everett Ross is a stand-in for the classic Bond ally and CIA operative Felix Leiter, who has been played by 7 actors in the Bond franchise, including, most recently, Jeffrey Wright.